As Roger said, I'm Scott McCray. I'm from Colorado, and this is really a special privilege I've been given to introduce a unique company known as the Shackley Corporation to you. Shackley Corporation is a leading global natural nutrition company and one of America's most trusted brands. In fact, for about 60 years now, what we've referred to now as the Shackley effect has been a positive source of change for millions of people. And we have a saying at Shackley that we can offer better health for everyone and a better life for anyone. So stick with me for the next several minutes. My goal is that by the end of this webinar, you'll understand three things. One, that I am a real person on the other side of your computer screen, that this is a credible company to do business with in any regard. And number three, that if you put some heart into this, it can produce some great things in your life and those around you. So my hope is that you found Shackley, or like me, Shackley found you at a time in your life that it can offer you some of the great things that have become my Shackley effect. So my story began when I found myself essentially stuck in a truck. I had become a well-versed carpenter from serving in the United States Army Reserve as a carpentry and masonry sergeant, and after an honorable discharge, I started my own construction business, working in the field. But the hours often had me getting home way later than I intended almost every day. With a new growing family, I was looking for a better way. So Shackley found me at that time in my life. And my Shackley business literally started in the back of this decommissioned Frito-Lay truck. As a carpenter, my shop was really on wheels. And I had a makeshift desk, and on a cell phone during my lunch hours is where I started my Shackley business. Now, I love to work with my hands, and I craft amazing things. I've worked on all kinds of great projects, but I tell you, it's really hard on the body. The hours are really long, and I was earning a living, but I wasn't living a life. So I'll address the income part here in a second. But I also wanted to tell you about another interesting stream of income I've had in my life. I've had another stream of income since I was about 13 years old as a comical magician. Crazy, I know, but like my Shackley business, it's a 5-figure business for me. It's a passion of mine to share magic with people from all walks of life, and over the years, it's provided out of this world opportunities to go incredible places and meet incredible people that I would never have met otherwise. And in fact, it was because of magic that I met a couple by the name of Rick and Aldana Seymour, and they're the ones who introduced me to Shackley. So magic has opened up a lot of doors for me, and I will always continue to perform. It's just a love of mine. As long as I'm physically able to perform, I will be doing magic for the rest of my life. And that leads me to exactly the point why we're getting together on this webinar. You see, both of these occupations had relied on me to be present and working and healthy all the time. And believe me, as a magician and a carpenter, if I were to cut off a finger or worse, it could be the end of both professions in a split second. Or I could have a long recovery time before working again. And even if I didn't have a catastrophic event in either of these occupations, it dawned on me that I can't do all of them for the rest of my life. Both of these careers have an expiration date, if you will. So let me point out why I was looking for something else. These two other occupations of mine had created what a lot of financial thinkers of our time refer to as linear income. It describes the money created by trading your time for money, such as an hourly wage, a salary, a one-time commission on a job or a sale, payment for services in the trades. I mean, you get the idea. The problem is we all only have so much time in a day, so no one really exactly knows how much time is left on their clock for the rest of their life, right? So passive income can be generated by doing something once and getting paid over and over again, like creating a loyal customer or training someone to create a business of creating loyal customers and doing it again and again and again. And as you increase the size of a business or an idea, you get paid with passive income. So I think you get the idea. I was really intrigued when this approached my life. So I really have to ask whoever is on this call and looking at this, I'm genuinely curious, are you at a point in your life where you're looking for options? I'm going to ask a few questions here, and the great part is only you have to know the answers for yourself. This isn't going to be an open Q&A on the airwaves. This is something for you to kind of reflect and think about. Do you have the energy that you need right now to get through your day, every day, everything that has to be done? Do you really have enough energy to do that? How is your cash flow situation? If the transmission goes out on your car tomorrow, does that put you in a real bind? Or what if the furnace blows up? Or the basement floods? Or you need to take care of a family member that can't work, and you can't work either, so you've lost income in that way. Is that going to be a situation in your life that would cause mega stress? Think about that. Do you have a job or a profession that allows you to do what you love with plenty of time to spend with your friends and family? Or what if you love your profession, but you just need to back off a little bit without sacrificing your income? And here's an interesting point. We're living longer. Great. But that raises the question, are you going to run out of money before you run out? I mean, what's your retirement portfolio look like? Have you been able to create one yet? So now I get to kind of throw something fun out there. Let me ask you these questions, and I will phrase them as what if. What if you could lay the foundation for a lifetime of good health by simply changing brands of the types of products you're already spending money on? I'll touch on that in a minute, but let me ask you another one. What if you could define a better balance between work and family? Shackley can offer that option, and we'll show you some options here in a minute. But what if you could retire earlier than you thought? With hard work, many have created a retirement lifestyle in Shackley. Or what if you could just back off a little from a profession that you love to provide more time for other things you may be missing out on? So because of Shackley, everything I do in life now is what I call part-time. I don't mind working hard, but I get to call the shots, and that is so important to me. So the Shackley effect. If you're looking at this for the first time, you're probably asking yourself three questions. Number one, is this credible? Number two, what do I have to do if I want this for myself? And probably the most important question is, can I do it? Well, for 60 years, Shackley's been helping people to make these kinds of dreams a reality for themselves and their families. So stick with me for another few minutes, and I'll try to answer these three questions as best as I can. There's a lot of reasons that people join Shackley, but to simplify things, people generally fit into one of three categories. So let me mention these now so that you can be thinking about this as we go through the rest of the presentation. One, you can use the products. You can experience the change in your health and see how much help they can bring about. Or two, you can share the idea with others about the products and your life-changing results with the community of people around you, your circle of influence. In the meantime, you can earn discounts, a little extra spending money, or say even enough cash to cover, say, a second car payment. Or three, you can be building. You can increase your Shackley effect by building a team of like-minded people with the potential to earn a significant income. In other words, you become a teacher, a trainer, and a coach for other people. And you can further enhance your income earnings with a program we call Fast Track. And you can do this part-time or full-time. So I think in order to understand how any of this works, it's critical to understand two important concepts. Number one, global trends, and number two, what we call the Shackley difference. And together, when these two things collide, they create an opportunity. So first, let me go over some trends. By definition, a market trend is a tendency for a financial market to move in one particular direction over time. In our case, it's consumer spending. So ladies and gentlemen, there is a tremendous movement of consumer spending happening right now before your very eyes and coming out of your wallet every year, and it's going toward preventative health care and wellness. In 2014, exceeding $3 trillion a year, depending on which watchdog group you ask. In 2014, healthy eating, nutrition, and weight loss was a $574 billion market with 108% growth since 2010. So let me ask you a question. In the last 4 years, has your net worth more than doubled? I don't know. If it is, you're doing well. If not, listen up. So Shackley is in just the nutrition and weight loss categories. We participate in a $160 billion market annually. That doesn't include personal care products or the green markets where we also participate. This wellness industry is being fueled by people today wanting to feel younger longer. They want to look better, they want to feel great at every stage of their lives, and they want to trust who they're choosing their products from. They want high quality for themselves and their family, and they want to make choices that help preserve the planet for future generations. They're into the green movement, right? Well, Shaklee solutions address these very common needs and desires in these growing product categories and markets. That's good for us today and into the future, as these trends are going to continue to expand and grow. So let's talk a little bit about Shaklee, the company, and what we call the Shaklee difference. First and foremost, our company is built on trust. So why would you choose Shaklee over any other company? I think it's because it's a company you can trust. We're stable, and we do research, and we have quality products. So let me introduce you to two amazing people so you can understand this point of view here. Dr. Forrest C. Shaklee was our founder. He was an early innovator of biochemistry and a philosopher who in 1915 is accredited to creating the first multivitamin supplement in the United States. Dr. Shaklee believed that nature holds the answers to a long and healthy life and that science could unlock those secrets. And he was always teaching that you should be in harmony with nature and operate by the golden rule, and success will come to you. So in 1956, he decided that the best way to get his products into people's hands on a larger scale was by word-of-mouth advertising. And that was how the Shaklee Corporation was born, founded by Dr. Shaklee based on his beliefs and his philosophies. 60 years later, Shaklee today is a leading global natural nutrition company and one of America's most trusted brands. We have 64 patents and patents pending worldwide. In 2004, we were purchased by the second person I'm going to introduce to you by the name of Roger Barnett. I've met the man many times. Roger is a visionary business leader with a world-class vision who is personally taking us into the next 100 years of Shaklee innovation. He believes that one person at a time, Shaklee has the ability to make a difference in the health and well-being of people on a global basis. And he wants to help ensure the future health of our planet as well. So he's into the green movement. He walks the talk. And he's also the nicest billionaire I know. Actually, he's the only billionaire I know. But if you join with Shaklee, you'll likely get to meet him. And when you look into his eyes, you cannot question the level of commitment this man has for his company, its members, and the future. Well, in 60 years of continuous operation, Shaklee's paid over $7 billion in commissions to its distributors without missing a month ever. The average length of time customers have used Shaklee products is 10.8 years. So in other words, as a distributor, your chances of having a loyal customer base is very high. And in the first decade since Roger Barnett became our chairman and CEO, Shaklee has doubled in size, and we're rapidly approaching $1 billion in global sales for the first time in its history. This is so important because I think so many companies out there are popping up with these miracle products, right? And then they're disappearing from the scene. So Shaklee is not only here to stay, we're growing rapidly, and we have less than 0.2% of market penetration in just the nutrition industry alone. So we have room to double in size every year for decades to come. So there's plenty of room for you, and plenty of room for you to have successful business partners in a successful business of your own. So let's hit on this thing we call the Shaklee difference. Let me put this in a nutshell for you. So this is paramount, I think, to every successful distributor and customer of Shaklee, is that our product quality is unprecedented. I'm often asked by consumers, so how does Shaklee compare to brand X, right? Well, this isn't really the right question to ask. The appropriate question to ask is, how closely does a product compare to nature? Nature is the standard. Dr. Shaklee believed nature holds the answers to a healthy, productive life, and that science can unlock those secrets. And we've never wavered from that philosophy. Shaklee products aren't based on hype or fads. They're formulated based on rigorous science, and they're backed by one of the most prestigious scientific advisory boards in the world. We use pure, potent ingredients with stringent testing for quality and performance. We've invested over $300 million in research and development, and we conduct over 100,000 quality tests on our raw materials and products annually. That's unheard of in our industry. With every new botanical ingredient that undergoes a minimum of 350 tests for harmful contamination, things like pesticides and other residues, and that's beyond what is required by the United States Pharmacopoeia. Shaklee has published 125 scientific papers and presentations, 90 of which are in peer-reviewed medical journals. I will point out two of these studies in just a moment. And last, but an important illustration of the type of company Shaklee is exhibited by our commitment to environmental stewardship. We were the first company in the world to be certified climate neutral in the year 2000, and we planted more than 1 million trees in our Million Trees, Million Dreams campaign. So we really do know our stuff. We really want to set the example. Well, Shaklee is proven by science. So we have unparalleled quality control, right? And a tremendous patent history. And that's all great, you say, but does this stuff work? So yes, we know that Shaklee products can have a positive long-term impact on important health markers because Shaklee products are backed by scientific research studies that have been published in peer-reviewed medical journals. And this, my friends, is where I have found every other company in our industry that people have brought to my desk for comparison either falls short or falls down. In 2007, UC Berkeley conducted one of the largest studies of long-term supplementation and found that Shaklee users not only had substantially higher levels of nutrients in their blood, but were also shown to have markedly better health biomarkers compared to non-supplement users and users of just a multivitamin of a different brand. And the non-supplement users were on an average of 10 years younger than the Shaklee group. So in other words, the Shaklee group was older and we had better health than the other groups. Amazing. So folks, understand that there is no other peer-reviewed published study like this of its type. So this is why in Shaklee we say that changing brands can really change your life. And here's another reason we say that. In 2014, the telomere study compared the telomeres of Shaklee users with a healthy control group. The subjects included people using a wide array of Shaklee supplements for the last 5 years, and they were compared to a healthy, non-smoking population living in the San Francisco Bay Area. You're saying, what the heck is a telomere? A telomere are like the little protective caps made of repetitive DNA on the ends of our chromosomes, like the caps on the end of a shoelace, right, to keep them from unraveling. And longer telomeres are thought to be a marker of overall health. Well, the results of this preliminary study show that across the adult age range, the rate of telomere shortening in Shaklee users was 40% lower than the healthy control group. I mean, that's amazing. And even more so when you consider that when you do an analysis of this statistically based on data, it says that an 80-year-old Shaklee user would have the same telomere length as a healthy, non-smoking 41-year-old. That's why we back our products with science. Impressive. But we're also proven by people. We've got the science, but we've also got the people who put their trust in the Shaklee products. Hundreds of thousands of people, many of whom have been Shaklee customers for decades, are committing to using Shaklee products to enhance their health. We have athletes who count on Shaklee to fuel their performance in world-class athletic competitions, who have earned, in total, 121 medals competing on the world stage. I don't know any other company that can say that. Athletes who really have to rely on the credibility of a company based on their quality control. I mean, if it's tainted with any other foreign product, they could be kicked out of their sport. So they can't take any risks. That's why they trust Shaklee. Many products have also helped fuel even NASA astronauts in the space program. So we've got Commander Mark Kelly, who flew the Space Shuttle Endeavour on missions to the International Space Station using Shaklee. And I have to point out here, folks, that the testimony from people is not science. So you think about that friend or relative telling you a hard-to-believe story about a miracle product that company XYZ is selling. Unfortunately, because testimony sells, this is where many companies start with testimonials. And often, it's all they've got. That's where they end. There's no science, no testing, no credibility. So testimonies are not science. But in Shaklee, it's just the icing on the cake. There are thousands of transformational stories from people out there in the Shaklee world, and I have several of my own. I would encourage you to start asking. You will certainly be inspired. So hopefully you're at the point where you're asking, so how do I start? What products should I take? Well, I recommend that you start with the Shaklee Life Plan. I'll talk about more on this in a second, but I would like to address that Shaklee offers a bunch of targeted solutions for the most important areas of your health: weight loss, a triple patented skincare regimen, and a powerful and earth-friendly household cleaner product line that will kind of move your home away from a chemical-free environment, towards a chemical-free environment. But the key is to start. No matter where you start, you can expect results with Shaklee products. So what is this Shaklee Life Plan? Well, here's what we recommend is the best way to start. The Life Plan is the best, most comprehensive nutritional system in the world. We like to say that it was 100 years in the making because it was the natural descendant of Dr. Shaklee's very first nutritional supplement, Vitalized Minerals. And with the addition of plant-based protein in the form of a delicious shake, you've got yummy flavors and different protein bases. You've got a great base program for a nutritional support. And we guarantee, Shaklee guarantees, you will feel amazing in 30 days and feel younger longer for the rest of your life. That's a pretty serious guarantee. So Life Plan includes 30 days of the Shaklee Life Energizing Shake, and it also provides 30 days of the Life Strip that contains our Vital E multivitamin. Bone and joint health will be enhanced by that. Complete nutrition, right? We've got the Omega Guard Plus for heart and brain health, and B&C Complex for immune health and energy. And we've also got, this is the big kicker, our Vivix polyphenol blend with resveratrol helps to slow aging at the cellular level. That's all included in the Life Strip. So when you combine the Life Energizing Shake of proprietary ultra-pure plant-based GMO, non-GMO protein and the Life Strip, the plan's designed to promote every aspect of your health and includes nutrients to get you through the day and have lots of energy, clinically proven. So if Shaklee can have the unmitigated gall to say we have the best, most comprehensive nutritional system in the world, how can we say that, right? Well, here's why we say that. Let me hit some specs here. The Life Plan has 35 patents and patents pending. It's the result of the foremost scientific research and decades of studies designed to bring you the essential nutrients for a healthier life. And just as an example, for the Life Plan alone, there are 14,992 individual specifications that take 74,960 pages to document and 74,901 tests on the raw materials and the finished product. What isn't in the products is just as important as what is in the products. So in addition to guaranteeing the potency and performance, Shaklee guarantees purity through our extensive testing. Shaklee quality standards are really in a league of their own. I have yet to find their equal. And of course, the company backs every product with 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if for any reason you don't have an excellent experience with any of our products, you can return it for a full refund. And by the way, less than 0.5% of products sold are ever returned. So I hope you're beginning to see. My own experience and research has led me to believe that Shaklee has no equal. It has the highest quality products backed by science and research, and thus, because of the high demand for these types of products, an opportunity exists for those who wish to own a piece of it. So let me show you the Shaklee rank structure. These are the average incomes of Shaklee distributors in our company as reported to the IRS via 1099s. I'll give you some real-life examples of a few of these ranks in a second, but I want to stress that owning your own Shaklee business means that you get to set the pace. You set your own goals and determine the time and effort to devote to achieving them, and each rank advancement provides greater opportunity and increased recognition for your achievements. Greater income potential, higher car bonuses, higher fast-track bonuses for those who advance quickly. So there's truly no limit to the opportunity. There's no cap for you. What you earn depends on you. So, for example, if you start as a distributor, it's your goals to get started. You can also earn better discounts. You can earn car bonuses, extra money for things like school tuition or guilt-free shopping, or you can build a team for a business that generates the kind of income that you can pass down to your children and grandchildren. Many thousands of people have done this with Shaklee. So the next step after you've become a distributor and enrolled is to become a director as quickly as possible. It's the first leadership rank in Shaklee. So let me give you an example of what happens when you're a director. It was an exciting time for us. It opens up all the doors to the Shaklee business opportunity, and it's kind of the first step in climbing the rank structure. So a lot of fun. So the average director in Shaklee earns about $10,000 annually, and that's generated from creating a minimum of what we call 2,000 in monthly group purchase volume. Now, doing more than the minimum volume can also earn you a cool trip to the Shackley World headquarters in the San Francisco Bay Area. And the next step after director is to teach others on your team how to become a director as well. And that's how you move up that rank structure that we just saw. Just adding directors into your organization, teaching and training and coaching them, is how you move up in the rank structure. And here's what I want to, this is the point in my presentation. I want to be very, very clear. I've had some people say to me that I'm just making money off of others, right? It only pays to be on top. Well, let me tell you something. If you sponsor someone into your organization and help coach and train them, Shackley pays you a leadership bonus on the organizational volume created by that person. And if that person ends up working harder than you ever did and ends up being more successful than you, they will earn more money than you. And in Shackley, do you know what we call that? Fair. We call that fair. So let me move on to one of the cool ranks in Shackley where we say is pretty much the replacement of a full-time income, and that is what's called an executive coordinator. There's an example happening this right now. This, somebody is working harder than you or builds an organization larger than yours, and you've sponsored them. A good colleague of mine in Denver here, Jen, she's just hit senior executive coordinator, and she's now the same rank as her sponsor and could very well make the next rank before her sponsor does. And let me tell you something, her sponsor is absolutely thrilled. So Jen has a great story. She's still in her 20s. She didn't like the job thing and started a Shackley business. In about 2 years, she quit that job and is now full-time Shackley. She's an executive coordinator and a senior executive coordinator, and the executive coordinator rank is really considered to be the level where you can replace your income from a full-time job. So average annual income, close to $50,000 a year, and there's some trips, you get a car bonus, and if you're on the fast track program, by the time you reach executive coordinator, you will have earned bonuses of up to $19,000. So the pinnacle of our rank structure is the master coordinator. So I decided, and this was a hard one for me, folks. I've had so much help from so many of the master coordinators out there. I had to pick some of my favorites, and I picked a couple by the name of Gary and Phyllis Newman. They're master coordinators, and I have to say their story is paramount to understanding what really the Shackley difference is all about. Now, you can go beyond the rank of master coordinator. We have senior master coordinator and presidential, but let me talk to you a little bit about the master coordinators, Gary and Phyllis. Gary was an art teacher. Phyllis was a teacher as well. This is what they've said. They're living their fairy tale life. Shackley has fed us, clothed us, and paid for our two sons to college educations and have provided to us finances to invest. We've sailed our boat into the San Juan Islands and traveled the world. Jane and I have been in a golf cart on the coast of Mexico at a 5-star resort with Gary and Phyllis, and we've also been on a cruise ship the following year in the Western Caribbean, all because of Shackley. So, Phyllis, Gary, if you guys are out there listening, you have been an inspiration to me. I love you guys. So I really think, I hope you're understanding now that Shackley is a community. This isn't just about making money. It's about creating a life and a sense of community. And I think that's really lacking in our world today. With the advent of Facebook and social media and cell phones, we're in everybody's lives, but we're not really in their lives, right? We're just kind of eavesdropping. We're not interacting as much. So Shackley is a diverse community of like-minded people. We share beliefs together, and through that small, positive, taking steps one at a time, we can make a huge difference in the health of other people and our own health and our families' lives. So when you choose to build a Shackley business, you're part of a team with support from mentors and other people who literally are your competition, and they will drop everything and come help you when you ask. It's an amazing effect. So what's going to fit your need? I don't know, but there's 3 ways to get going with Shackley, like I had mentioned before. 1, you could become a loyal customer. Change your health. $19.95 enrolls you with your own Shackley account. You get secure website access with droves of information at your fingertips and a way to order online securely. But why pay the $19.95 when you could just order one of our join free regimens? You just order a regimen to get started. The membership is covered, no charge. You can also earn extra cash and get discounts as a distributor by sharing the products with others. So that's a $49.95 option. You could also get a gold kit. And that is the best way. If you want to build a team and become your own Shackley business owner, I would recommend you start with one of the gold kits. You'll have a whole host of tools and products to get going on right away at a great value. And you can see that right there on your screen of some of the options. So my question to you is, what will your Shackley effect be? We've made it to the end of the presentation, and I'd like to have you ask yourself one last question. On a scale from 1 to 10, where do you think you fit on the scale? 1 being you'd rather remove the adhesive off of duct tape, right? Or 10, it's time to get going right now and create your own Shackley effect. Whomever invited you, please know that they cared enough about you to let you know about this amazing company. So please get back to them within 24 hours with what you like best. And I hope I'm the one that tipped the scales in the direction of you becoming a part of this incredible Shackley effect. Thank you all for coming on tonight. I appreciate you taking time out for that. And if I happen to be the one who changed your mind and we happen to bump into each other at, say, a global conference, please come up to me and I would like to meet you. Have a great night. Thank you, everyone.
Hey,